Our featured guest tonight has seen his star rise in such a unique and fantastic way. He's likely the first Mobilian to win a Grammy Award, which he won for his work on Movin On with Jonathan McReynolds and Mali Music. His story is truly special. Please give a warm Weekly Show welcome to Rogest Carstarphen Jr. Hey, thanks for being on the show.
And thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
So we're catching you right now off the back of just a massive moment for you. For those who don't know you, where did this whole music journey start for you?
And the journey started actually when I was 3 years old. I used to play drums at my church I was raised at. And it went from that to playing piano. They made me play piano. I hated piano. Now it's my main instrument. So that's funny to me. So yeah, so that went on to playing instruments, to producing, and now I'm here.
So was there a lot of music in your home growing up?
Oh, definitely. My mom listened to a lot of classic music and a lot of gospel music. My dad listened to gospel, but he listened to stuff like Peebo and Stevie and Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke. And then he listened to a lot of like Michael McDonald, Kenny Loggins, and Christopher Cross. So between the two, I had, my mom liked Barry White. She loved Barry White, and so yeah, it was pretty.
So that's funny. He was into the yacht rock scene, huh? He liked the yacht rock. So what kind of music were you listening?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
What kind of music were you listening to in middle school and high school?
Man, middle school, of course, gospel music. I'm always that's always my heart. But I was raised in a strict home, so I used to sneak a lot of anything, anything Jay-Z related or anything, Cash Money related. So like anything Manny Fresh was on, Hot Boys, Juvie, So I used to sneak in a lot of rap in my house, like middle school, high school. So it was the best of both worlds, I can kind of say. So yeah.
Now, were you making music during those days? I think you've said before that you had to kind of commandeer your mom's computer to do some stuff. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah. So yeah. My mom had an HP computer, and I had found a program at the salvage store. It was like $20. So it was the last $20 I had. So I bought it. I installed it. Got a keyboard and a mixer. And I went to work. And she fussed at it initially, so, she's, I guess now, I guess she's glad that she kind of let me borrow it. So.
Yeah, it's tough to fuss now with the Grammy sitting right there.
Right.
So you graduate high school. Did you immediately try to break into the professional studio scene?
Actually, I was going to the studio doing school. Like, when I first got a car, my mom, wanted to make sure I was okay. I was a baby and I'm still a baby, and, make sure I wasn't going many places. All I wanted to go to was just the studio. That's all I wanted to do since school, So, she was like, well, where are you? I need to know where you at. I said, Mama, I'm at the same place every day. I'm at the studio after school. So yeah, it's been since school. I've been wanting to do it. So it's been a love for sure.
So looking back, it seems now like your connection with Lil Man Howell was kind of a turning point for everything that followed. Tell us about that. How did you meet him?
Man, honestly, it was I met him. We was playing for another gospel artist like a decade ago, and
oh wow.
We always kept in touch then. And then one day I was like, I need to do something different. So I called him and kind of vented. I was like, well, I need something new. I just need to be around people that I can learn from. He was like, well, come to the shop. So every month I would come to the shop in 2019, and we would just book studio time, just create. And then one of these times he was like, hey, I got these songs from Jonathan. You want to work on them? You want to help me? I said, well, sure. And that's how it happened.
So where were you when you got the call that he wanted you to help on Movin On with Jonathan McReynolds and Mali Music? I mean, what first went through your head?
Man, well, the first thing that went through my head was, these songs are incredible, and Jonathan's pen is incredible. So when I first heard these songs, I was like, the lyrics were special, the music was special, what he's talking about, the approach, it was special. You know, I knew it was special, but I didn't know. Honestly, I didn't know. You know, we was going to head to the Grammys. You know, you just work on it because you believe in it. You know.
What were the parts he wanted you to work on?
I know for Moving On, Lil Man sent me the song, and he was like, "Well, can you add organ in a couple colors or whatever you're hearing?" I said, "Okay, cool." So I had a B3 at my church, and you know, a keyboard. I made some sounds, and then boom, I just vibed out.
So going into your work on it, what did the song sound and feel like to you? I mean, was there a particular tone or feeling that you wanted to hit with your specific parts?
Oh, definitely. When I first heard the song, I was thinking, okay, this is very encouraging. It was soulful. It was funky. So I was like, I just knew it needed a couple things to add the funk level to a whole different level. So that's when the organ came in, a lot of big things that I made, you know. And so just to kind of attribute something fresh, something new that captures, you know, people's ears, you know. So yeah, man.
It doesn't play like a typical gospel song that I'm used to hearing. I mean, it reminds me of that line, "This is not your father's Oldsmobile. This is not your auntie's gospel song," right?
Right, exactly.
I mean, it does. It has a real soulful feel. And it's funny that you mentioned Stevie earlier, because there's a couple little parts where I hear just a little, it may just be my ear, but I hear there's a couple parts where I go, that sounds a little Stevie-esque, you know?
Yes. Stevie's one of my favorites ever. He's the GOAT for sure. So, you know, like anything that I do, you're gonna hear your influences, you know, as a musician, as a creator. So Stevie's definitely one of my main influences. So definitely.
So Rogest, I want to go to a quick commercial break, and then I want to come back and talk to you a little bit about the song and the Grammy win itself. Can you stick around?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then we're going to be right back with Rogest Carstarphen Jr., Mobile's first Grammy Award winner. You worked hard, and we're proud of your profession. In a shipyard, industrial site, or on an oil and gas rig, you proudly served your country in the Navy. You put food on your family table as a pipe fitter, insulator, or millwright, and were exposed to asbestos. Your work ethic as a mechanic, plant, refinery, or construction worker was second to none. You were the backbone of America as a railroad worker. But within the past 4 years, you or a loved one received the diagnosis: lung cancer, mesothelioma, from asbestos exposure. You and your family deserve better. You deserve compensation. There can be justice, but not if you wait too long. Now is the time to protect your rights, and there is no fee unless compensation is recovered. We are Maloney Lions. We represent accident and asbestos exposure victims, and we will personally return your call.